अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामो 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 हरे हरे। So welcome you all to the 10th episode of the Holy Dham series. Today we plan to cover more important holy places in Vrindavan Dham. So today they are Nandagaon and Ter Kadamba. And also we will touch on the Uddhava Kyari, which is actually much more Ragatmika, highly advanced, but we'll see how much we can actually go for today. I thought of actually covering the Yavat also, but I don't think that is possible today. This is the place where Srimati Radharani was actually staying, and where this is the home of Abhimanyu and Jatila and Kutila. This is actually a great place, in fact, but not that many people will know it. Our Gurudev says Yavat is our home, but this is very, very high, too high. So we don't know whether we will be able to cover that, but we'll cover as much we can. So Nandagaon is a very holy place where Lord Krishna lived for a long time, since they all moved from Gokul. So Nandagaon is situated on the top of Nandishwara hill. Okay, Nandishwara. Who is Nandishwara? Lord Shiva. So this hill is actually Lord Shiva, because Lord Sadashiva is the guardian of Goloka Vrindavan, the spiritual realm also, right? Sadashiva is the one who is really surrounding and guarding the Goloka Vrindavan. Without his blessing, nobody can enter Goloka Vrindavan. This is very important to really understand. So before Lord Krishna descended to this earth from Goloka Vrindavan, Lord Shiva worshipped Swayam Bhagavan Sri Krishna, asking how he could participate in his pastimes. So pleased by his worship, Lord Krishna asked Lord Sadashiva to become a hill, and he said, yes, I will come down and I will be staying there in your place, and then you will be able to witness all my pastimes. So Nandagaon hill is the manifestation of Lord Shiva, Sadashiva, to hold the feet of Sri Krishna on his head. So this Nandagaon is where Lord Krishna performed his Balya Leela. Balya means childhood pastime, but not there is another, there is a small the stage where they are very crawling. That happened in Gokul, which we covered last class. So this Nandagaon is a place where he performed his Balya means childhood pastime, and Bauganda Leelas, that is boyhood pastimes. So initially, the ancestors of Nanda Baba were actually staying here only. But due to problems created by demons were creating problem here too, with this Nandagaon. They moved to Gokul. So when they moved to Gokul, there also they had problem. Putana was coming, Sakadashura was coming, Trinavarta was, all the demons were coming. So Nanda Baba decided to move back again to Nandagaon. So he started from here, moved to Gokul, and again he really came back to the same original place. So Nandagaon was the original place where Nanda Maharaj was born. What you see on the top as the temple was actually the palace. So a lot of things were actually destroyed. I mean, God, God destroyed them, and they had to really reconstruct some of them. And now of course the temple, the place where we see the temple is the actual palace of Nanda Maharaj. Okay, so there was a saintly person called Devamita. Devamita. So he lived at the end of Dwapar Yuga. He had 2 wives. One wife was from a Kshatriya, mean warrior family, administrator family, and a kingly family. And the other one was from a Gopa family. Gopa means there are cow herding, farmers, right? Or you can say Vaishyas. So from his Kshatriya wife, Devamita got a son called Surasena. Surasena got Vasudeva and few more sons. And this Vasudeva, as a Kshatriya, then married Devaki. From his Gopa wife, Devamita got a son called Parijanya Gopa. I said Gopa because Vaishya. So Parijanya Gopa was doing cow herding. He was living in this Nandagaon area. But he did not have any child. So he prayed to Lord Narayana and also Lord Shiva to get a child. Later, Narada Muni appeared to him and he blessed and saying that, yes, he told that you will get, actually so many sons you will get. So many sons and also daughters, 3 daughters too. So, and he also said, of the sons, okay, there are actually 5 sons and 2 daughters actually born, and in the middle is Nanda Baba. His name was Nanda. And he also told, to that Nanda, Bhagavan, so Krishna himself will be actually born to him. Okay, born to him. This is very important. That's how scripture is saying. So, this Nanda Baba and Yashoda actually had Krishna and Ekanamsa. Okay, see the chart on the right side top. If you see that, Nanda Maharaj, you see, I'm putting only the portion of it. I mean, I just cut it. So, Sri Krishna and Ekanamsa were actually born to who? Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Devi. That Sri Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan, and this Ekanamsa is actually the Yoga Maya. Now for Sureshna also, what happened? Then for Vasudeva and Devaki, Krishna actually was, right, Krishna was born to them also, but as a Narayana form, okay? And then also what happened for Sri so also Balaram was actually born to Rohini, Vasudeva and Rohini, because Vasudeva had 2 wives. Now, to Krishna, later when this Krishna moved to Dwaraka, he got a son. You know, he was worshipping Lord Shiva. I will tell the story why that happened. Then for Pradyumna got a son Aniruddha, and Aniruddha got a son Vajranabha. I was mentioning this Vajranabha many times in our program. This Vajranabha, if you see that, he is the great grandson of Sri Krishna. Okay, so this is how it is. You have to understand now. Okay, now I will tell the story about how the intimate relation between Lord Shiva and Krishna. So, if you see the history of Dwaraka, Lord Krishna once worshipped Lord Shiva to get a son. Why is this so? Lord Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. Lord Shiva is actually a demigod, in fact. That's how it has written. So now how this can be really understood? Okay, this is the story. Once Krishna asked an assembly of all the demigods. He visited all the demigods and asked them to ask for a boon. Everyone asked for various boons they really wanted. Then when Lord Krishna asked Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva is very dear to Krishna, and Lord Shiva is playing the role of tamasic role. Then he said, "Oh Lord," Lord Shiva said, "Oh Lord, I want everyone to worship me." And Lord Krishna smiled and said, "Tadastu, yes, Lord of so many will actually worship you." In fact, he also said, "You know what? When I come to Dwaraka, I will personally worship you too get a son." Lord Shiva was so happy to hear that his Lord Sri Krishna himself would worship him once. He was so happy. This is how intimate Lord Shiva and Swayam Bhagavan Sri Krishna are. Remember, it's the Sadashiva, Lord Shiva himself came as Nandishwara hill, where Lord Krishna actually was really residing. So actually Lord Krishna did not have to worship anyone to get a son. He says, right? He is the father, Mata, Pita, everything for the whole universe he is the one. Right? All the demigods really came from him. His Angas. So in fact, he got 10 sons and 1 daughter from each of the 16,100 queens. Right? And got 10 sons from each of the 8 primary queens. He did not have to worship anyone for that. But he worshipped to satisfy the boon he gave to Lord Shiva. Also, Lord Krishna is the only one who worships his own devotees. No demigods will worship their devotees. No! Krishna worshipped his own first dear, most dear devotee, who is Radharani. He also worshipped Nanda Baba. He really used to take the chappals of Nanda Baba and put it on his head and then carry and then give it to him. Krishna is very special, very different. He is the only one, because he is Swayam Bhagavan, he is way different. Okay, so he also worshipped, his own friend, Sudama, because he was a Brahmana, and many. So he also arranged his dear devotees to appear as his own gurus. Sandipani Muni, Garga Muni, they are all his devotees who really came, and then he really, worshipped them as guru. So Krishna worshipping others do not diminish his superiority position. But the fact is, it shows how much importance he gives to his dear devotees. This is his own glory, and done only by Lord Krishna. No demigods can do this. People get misunderstood and they get lost. That is their problem. Last class we saw that in Gokul there is a Nanda Bhavan. Similarly, there is a Nanda Bhavan in Nandagaon hill as well. So because Bhavan means a home. So when Nanda Baba stayed in Gokul, there is Nanda Bhavan, and when he is here, he is also Nanda Bhavan. So what you see at the left is the entrance to this Nanda Bhavan, and the right side is the place where the palace was. So original palace had so many rooms and staircases and everything. Subsequently, many structures have vanished. This is the same place Lord Krishna was staying for most of his years, until he became Aparakat. He just disappeared. Remember Akrura really took him, and when he crossed Yamuna, he became, the Swayam Bhagavan became Aparakat, and then the original Vasudeva Krishna became Prakat. So he appeared there. Who was the one who really went to Dwaraka? So while most of the butter stealing, all the pastimes happened in Gokul, all the cow herding pastimes happened from here. First he started with calves, because at the Gopashtami day, he started to really take the cows. Until then he was taking only calves. And then later he was herding the cows. Every day, Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba used to send Krishna and Balaram along with Gopas to go for cow herding from here. Every day, Radharani also used to come from Yavat, where she was married to the shadow of Krishna called Abhimanyu, and she used to come here every day to cook for Krishna and take rest for some time. So in addition to so many rooms, one for each one of them, Radhika also had a large resting place. It is called Radha Baga. Baga means garden. Okay, so that there used to be a garden there, and also you see on the right bottom, see there's a small temple they really have for Lord Shiva, Sadashiva, because he has manifested as a hill. So this is another thing. There's a Nanda Kunda. Why it's called Nanda Kunda? That's nearby where Nanda Baba used to take bath every day. And also near to this place, there is a small temple where we can see the deity of Nanda Baba. Basically there's a picture of Nanda Baba with Krishna and Balaram. Okay, so this is also nearby. This is another place called Nanda Baitaka. What is Nanda Baitaka? Baitaka means sitting place. So Nanda Maharaj, with all his village people, everybody used to assemble here to discuss about the affairs and activities regarding that area. So, now this is something that I want to really relate. One of the time there was a big discussion going on, but it was not started by Nanda Maharaj. It was led by Upananda, his elder brother of Nanda Baba. Okay, so he called for a big gathering. It was about when Krishna was maybe 8 to 10 years, somewhere around there, maybe 8 years old, something. It was to discuss about Krishna. They all discussed about the power of Krishna, how he killed so many demons, and how he lifted even the huge Govardhan hill on his left finger when he was only just 7 years old and 7 months and 7 days. And he was holding it for 7 days and 7 nights. And after discussing all these things, they all concluded that Krishna is Supreme God. They passed a resolution to be given. It's like a summon given to Nanda Baba and Yashoda. What exactly was the resolution? It said, "Oh Nanda Baba and Yashoda, after seeing all the amazing activities of your son Krishna, we conclude that your son is not ordinary boy as you think. He is the Supreme Lord and Sakshat Bhagavan himself. So, from now onwards, we advise you, both of you, to treat him with great respect, not scolding him like you used to do, not like, holding his ears and, twisting here to punish him. So, no punishing. No, you should not punish him. You do very often because, you say that he is naughty, but no, he is Supreme Bhagavan. And you should deal with him with great respect and honor." So the resolution reached Nanda Baba. So Nanda Baba heard the resolution. He immediately laughed so loudly. He said, "This is bogus. I do not see any godly symptom in my son. We have known him from his birth. Does Bhagavan feel hunger or thirst? This boy cries 50 times a day for butter and food. Does Bhagavan steal? He steals from every single home here. He is the only thief in this entire Vrindavan. There is no limit to the complaints every single day all the gopis bring to our homes. He has so many habits. We have to correct. These are bad habits. Then does Bhagavan tell lies? He does not hesitate to tell any lies. Left and right he tells lies. And the neighboring gopis call him to dance for them for a little butter and a laddu. They call, hey Kanaya, come here. I have some butter and also have a laddu. You come in the dance and he just without any shame, he goes even without dress. He goes there in front of them and they ask him to dance and he dances and gets the butter and eat. And then he gets the one laddu and then eat. And will Bhagavan do like this? He is my boy. And it is our duty to punish him and bring him to grow with good characters. Saying this, Nanda Baba rejected and tore the resolution and put it out. What do you see here? Okay, what do you see here? Supreme love for God, for the Lord, conceals all the majesty, opulence and Aishwarya. Krishna came to taste this unconditional love only. So he uses Yogamaya to hide his majesty and supremacy. That was the reason why when Yashoda really saw this whole Brahmandas in the mouth of Krishna, immediately Krishna really, then after that what happens now? Asked Yogamaya to really touch and then he all stopped. He came to the senses, but then the impression was there. Something happened to my boy. So he was scared. That was the reason he really dragged him and then brought and then poured all the cow dung and cow urine, everything and chanting. You know the story that we covered last. So here, what do you see here? This Ragatmika Bhakti is different. Majesty and supremacy, and they are all completely hidden. So a pure Bhakta never thinks or feels the supremacy of Krishna. In Goloka Vrindavan, in the spiritual sky, no one thinks that Krishna is the supreme. No. Okay, now here is a pond. Nearby in Nandagaon, you also see this pond. This pond you see at right is situated south of Nandabhavan. Mother Yashoda used to bathe here. So it's called Yashoda Kunda. So she used to bring Krishna and Balaram here and joyfully watch their childhood games. After bathing, Mother Yashoda will take them to nearby Lord Narasimha's temple. That's a small temple there you can see, but I don't think that is showing here. So Lord Yashoda Maya will really pray Lord Narasimha for the well-being of Krishna and Balaram. Krishna and Balaram is the souls for all, everybody. But look at this is the Ragatmika Bhakti. This is the love. This is prema. Okay? And another place near is called How Beloved. How Beloved. Okay? So what is How Beloved? Krishna and Balaram used to play all the times. So many Gopas used to come here and come in front of. This is situated near the Nandagaon actually. And they all, Gopas and Krishna and Balaram, they used to play a lot. Once they were playing, it was too big, it was become too late. They did not really come for the lunch. Yashoda was calling them to eat, but they ignored her. Then Yashoda sent Rohini Devi, and the boys ignored her too. Finally, Yashoda herself came out and called. They did not listen to her either. They were playing, no, we are not hungry, we are playing. They were in the middle of a big game. Then Mother Yashoda was thinking to do a trick. She wanted to scare them. So she pointed at this, that's the structure what you really see. It's just a small structure. It's like, hey, look at here, see, this is Havu Bilau. What is Havu Bilau means? Bhuta, ghost. This is hobgoblin. Ghost is coming to catch you. That worked. And Krishna and Balaram were scared and came running to Krishna, and they really got Yashoda. And this is how parents, even nowadays, what happens? This is how this trick actually originated from Mother Yashoda. So that is what the parents actually tell. If you do not eat, I am going to report to the police or something, or to something like ghost. Whatever that. This is how we really do that. This is affection, because we want to feed them. Okay, this is all affection, and the Krishna is also bound by it. Okay, so look, in fact, Krishna and Balaram, they have killed so many furious and dangerous demons. Dangerous demons. When Krishna and Balaram were scared of the ghost, they came running to Yashoda. What is the pastime? So Yashoda caught both of them, and then after that, they had lunch. Okay, so this is another place, small place only. Nandagaon is the place where all the cow herding pastimes happened. Every morning, Mother Yashoda and Mother Rohini, along with Nanda Baba, and they used to prepare Krishna and Balaram and send them for cow herding. Morning they'll be woken up and then given bath, and they will eat lunch. They will eat the breakfast something, and then they all will be going towards the forest. Of course, the picture what you are saying, they are coming back in the afternoon. So every day will be a touching scene. And so many gopis used to gather on the sides, and also climbing on the trees, and also on the top of the houses, and from the balcony they will be all looking at the beauty of Krishna, Balaram, and with all the gopas. They are all taking the cows for cow herding. All the gopas will be really, blowing their beagles so loud, and all the cows will be really galloping, going, and here and there they are running, and you will see the whole dust of the Vrindavan used to ascend in the sky, and it used to really even like the hide the whole sky. And with all these wonderful bugles and drums and all kinds of things, singing and shouting and yelling, so many things. There is a big scene that used to happen every day morning. And then Yashoda and Rohini, of course, there's a lot of history that I really covered in one of the Harikatha about the Gopashtami. But anyway, so this is actually a touching scene, and Mother Yashoda and also Rohini, they used to shed tears because they don't want to really miss their children even for some time. So then in the evening, Krishna, Balaram, and Gopas returned back with their cows. For that also gopis assembled on both sides of the path and see the pastime of Krishna and Balaram coming. All the dust, Krishna and Balaram and Gopas, all, if you see that their body will be completely all full of dust. But that gives another beauty, so nice, beautiful scene there. So that's it, that's the place. So this cow herding pastime happened from Nandagaon. Also once Krishna was cow herding, and he was trying to assemble all the cows to come near him, to take them back to the cow sheds in Nandagaon. So with his flute, Krishna can call any of his cows. So he has unique tunes to call individual cows. Individual cows. Dumali, Shyamali, these, and so many names are there. And these cows, when they hear their name, it will immediately come running, and then come just near him and then look at his face. And this is how the affection is. And also he has a tune, and that tune when he plays, what happens? All the cows will come. All the cows. So, that time, when that particular thing that I am actually describing is, he was standing on a hill in his three banga pose, three in a bending forms. So one leg was on the hill. He was on the mountain that time, small mountain hill. You can see it. And one leg on the rock and the other on his other leg. And he played the wonderful flute song. And this on this hill called this Pahadi. By the tender and sweet sound of his flute, the hill melted and became marked with the impression of his footprint. You can see that on the right side. It is there. What you see at the right is that footprint. Not only that, in that area on the mountain, whatever cows were standing or gopas were standing, they were also, their footprint also is, you can see. Especially cows, because this time he was carrying the cows, and gopas, most of them were all far away. There you can see the all these cows' hooves, they imprinted on the hill, because the hill melted because of the music. Anyway, so if you see the music, amazing music, power of music, you will understand what that is. Okay? So this place near Nandagaon is called Charana Pahadi. Okay? When Akurura, okay, we really covered before. When Akurura sent by Kamsa came here crossing Yamuna to take Krishna and Balaram to Madura, he saw these footprints. Krishna's footprint, and also his footprints on the sands also, on the sand also. And when he saw Krishna's footprints on this hill and everywhere in the sand nearby, he became filled with ecstatic emotions and began crying and rolling around on them. He was rolling around. Remember, he actually even, because he was relative, he was uncle to Krishna in the relation wise. So he began crying and rolled around. To this day, devotees become so ecstatic upon seeing these Sri Krishna's footprints here. Because when you know all these stories, how it happened, all the histories, then when you see, they all will remember, then only you can actually appreciate, then only you will know the value of visiting a holy dham. Also it is said that Pavana Gopa, so Pavana Gopa was actually the father of Vishaka Gopi. So that Pavana Gopa constructed this Sarovara called Pavana Sarovara, because his name was Pavana. So this is a Pavana Sarovara, thereby giving it this name. So when Krishna and his friends would return from cow grazing, this is the route they used to come through to Nandagaon. And they would bring the cows here to drink, because before they are going to be tied in the Goshala, they need to be really fed with water too. So this is the place, standard place. They all come here, and they will bring the cows. So all the cows will really get in here, and they will really drink the water. Of course, the lake was not like this. Later they added some boundary. So otherwise, no cow can now go anyway. So it was like open. So at that time, Krishna would call, Niri, Niri, Niri. Niri means, what that means? It's a signal for the cows to enter into the Sarovara. Arey, Niri, Niri. All the cows will hear, and they will all get in, and then he said, Chun, Chun, Chun. Drink the water. Chun means drink the water. Drink the water. And they will, he will give some time so that they all, drink water to this satisfaction. And after that, after drinking the water, he will say, Thiri, 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 Thiri. Means, come out and assemble out there. Like that. So the boys also would satisfy the cows by having them drink water in this way before returning them to their resting place in the cowshed. The boys would then go back to their respective homes. So then also near the Nandagaon, there is a Bhajan Kutir where Srila Sanatan Goswami is the Sambandha Acharya. We have three, right? Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojana. Three. Everyone has an Acharya. Sambandha Jnana is Acharya is Sanatan Goswami. His deity is Madan Mohan. So he gives a connection to Krishna. Okay. So every Goswami had more than one Bhajan Kutir around Vrindavan. Here in Nandagaon, Srila Sanatan Goswami had a Bhajan Kutir too. Sometimes Sanatan Goswami would perform bhajana here so as to remember the sweet pastimes of Nandagaon, especially the cow guarding pastimes. And sometimes he would go to us, cow guarding pastime and also the gopis. There are so much of gopis pastime here too. And sometimes he would also go to associate with Srila Rupa Goswami, his younger brother. And at his Bhajan Kutir near Ter Kadamba. We will be following after this. So this Srila Rupa Goswami also used to come here too. So they used to go, Sanatan Goswami used to go there, and also Rupa Goswami also used to come here. So back and forth they used to go. So earlier, I told about an incident that happened to Srila Madhavendra Puri. You see the picture on the right side. Madhavendra Puri is in our Sampradaya, one of the Acharyas, in fact a prominent Acharya, who is the only first one who entered into the Raganuga Bhakti. Until then, if you see all the parampara, they are not Raganugas, they are Vaiti Bhakti. That is how the whole thing comes here. So this is where the Raganuga started in the Gaudis, in the Mattva Sampradaya, where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then attached to Madhavendra Puri's, the same that's a line Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually got attached. So then we are running this parampara through there. Anyway, so in that story I told how Krishna appeared to Madhavendra Puri because he was just meditating. He was not at all eating anything at all. So Krishna himself really brought a pot of milk, and also he told that his deity Srinathji was buried under somewhere, and he in the dream he really showed. So that is how Srinathji came, and that Srinathji deity is now in Nathuar, in the near Rajasthan, so somewhere near there. So a very similar incident also happened here in this Bhajan Kutir of Sanatan Goswami. So that time he did not have any hut, right? He was just under the tree. That was how our Acharyas were living. They did not have these, 10,000 square feet bungalow or something. No. Just under the tree, not even a hut. That's it. So, but it's called hut because sometimes they put some, like the thatches of, some leaves and, so they used to have sometimes, but not all of them. Anyway, once Sri Sanatan Goswami was so distressed, as he was desperate to see Krishna. He wanted to get a darshan of Krishna. Look at here, getting darshana for them is also not that easy. And he did not drink or eat for several days in that distress. Seeing this, Sri Krishna came as a small boy carrying a pot of milk. And he said, "Oh Baba, why are you going hungry and thirsty? No one here should remain hungry or thirsty. Also, you should also make a small hut for you. My mother saw you and that you are actually here sitting hungry. So she asked me to bring this pot of milk for you to drink. This is for you. Please drink this milk. And I will come later and collect the pot." Saying this, the boy vanished. Very similar to what happened there, I mentioned for Madhavendra Puri's there. Srila Sanatan Goswami drank the milk. As soon as, again same thing, because it's coming from spiritual dimension. He was overwhelmed with Krishna Prema, and he started rolling and crying, and he could not believe what was going on. But he was also shouting, "Oh Krishna, you gave me darshan, but you also cheated me. Because I could not really recognize that you are actually Krishna." So then Srila Sanatana Goswami then felt, very sad, but he has a spurti form. He could really see the Krishna right standing there, and then he was pacifying. Okay, spurti form. Krishna can come in, show you in many different ways. Okay, one of them is a spurti form. So then he pacified Sanatana Goswami at this place. So if you visit Sanatana Goswami Bhajan Kutir, not that many people go, and yes, you should remember this pastime. Okay, now let us get into Ter Kadamba. Ter Kadamba is this holy place is situated exactly halfway between Nandagaon and Yavat. So if you see Nandagaon at the west, then Yavat, the place where Radharani was married to Abhimanyu, that home where he was staying, is on the right side. In between, in the center, is Ter Kadamba. So remember, I told you that Radharani and gopis used to come from Yavat to cook for Krishna every day and then go back again. Also for selling buttermilk and all those, they also used to really come along this way, because they were all, many gopis were actually staying nearby only. So this path through Ter Kadamba is very famous, where many gopis actually used to come here. So while grazing the cows in this area, in the afternoon, Krishna used to climb on these Kadamba trees. Kadamba trees is it's a special tree which you can see in Vrindavan a lot. And Krishna used to climb on these Kadamba trees and call his cows to assemble. Remember, I was just mentioning about the Charana Pahadi incident. How he calls? Using his magic flute. He would call, Oh Shamali, Dauli, Pitambari, Kalindi, so many cows. Krishna knew the name of each and every cow and calf. So hearing Krishna's call, all the cows would assemble here immediately. And Krishna would count them on his jeweled necklace. He used to really come with jeweled necklace. That's how he goes, okay, just counts, and then when he is counting, okay, all right, now this many, all the cows are here. And sometimes some cows may be missing. If some cows were missing, he would again call out their names by unique names who are missing, by sounding on his flute. And only when they were all assembled, every cow assembled, then he will return home with the herd. Because Krishna used to call, the Ter means call. He used to call by climbing on the Kadamba tree, Kadamba. So it's called Ter Kadamba. So this place is called Ter Kadamba. And also, this is actually, it's not a very big place, but it is you will see the vibration of the devotional feelings there in this place. In fact, I got so attracted to this place. So, this is the forest where Sri Krishna used to have rasa dance. What you see here is the place where, of course, this is where, so what happens is, in the gentle light of the moonlight, in the full moonlight, Krishna would climb on these Kadamba trees night. Okay, so he already took the cows and then put all them in the cow shed. In the night, he doesn't sleep there. Everybody thinks Nanda Baba, Yashoda, everybody thinks, okay, Krishna is happily sleeping in his room. But he never, no, he's not. He will be immediately missing out, and he will come to the forest. And all the kunjas and the gopis will also come. Gopis, when they come, Yogamaya makes two forms. Okay, so one form, what happened, they are actually there, residing there at wherever they are actually supposed to be. Their husbands and everybody, they think, she's here, everybody's here. But actually what? The replica is the one who really runs to the forest. This is very intricate actually. Very intricate. So anyway, so in the night he comes to all the forest. This is also one of the forest. In fact, very near to this place there is a Vishaka Kunda, and there Vishaka had her own kunja. So he used to climb on the same Kadamba tree, and this time, because in the full moon night he will call the gopis. Again, he has unique tunes. When he uses, either all the gopis will come, they will hear and come, or he can even call certain gopis' name. Only that gopi will hear. They will come. Then he will come running and running with they basically they'll forget everything. They forget their body, their mind, their worldly cares, everything they'll forget. But Yogamaya has arranged something over there for the husbands to see. Similarly to Abhimanyu, okay, so who is the shadow of Krishna, so only the shadow will be over there, and because gopis are the expansion of Radharani, they are not jivas. They are not jivas. They are expansion of Radharani. So that means they have all kinds of power, but they do not want to use any power unless these kind of things need to be really enacted. That's all it was. So they will arrive here and meet Krishna in a spellbound condition. Their dresses will be half sworn here, half forgotten here. Suppose somebody was in the, she was actually, just taking care of the baby or something. They just leave as it is, nothing. Boiling, milk is boiling, everything will stop right there. And they will all come and part. Sometimes their ornaments will not be even right. They may be having their angled belts somewhere there, they are hanging on the neck, and the earrings maybe somewhere else. I mean, all kinds of things. And Krishna says, "Wow, wow, you look beautiful." That's what he will say. Anyway, so this is his way that he used to use the Rasalila, and this is the place that they would be having the Rasa dance and full of singing and dancing and singing and dancing. And this is the platform constructed here in memory of these Rasalila pastimes that Krishna would perform on full moonlights. So what you also see on the sides are some of the Krishna's favorite cows that you really saw. In fact, their names are also written on the cows. And this is a nearby pond, very near to the pond. When returning, see here, when the gopis are returning after selling their yogurt and the buttermilk, they would bring they come through this way, and in this pond they used to clean. They used to wash and clean their pot and then take it to their homes. There used to be many Kadamba trees here, of course, in the Ter Kadamba, but they all disappeared on account of some stagnant rainwater. Our Gurudev had planted many Kadamba trees at this place. Great souls who perform bhajana here also periodically plant Kadamba trees at this place. On the day of Gopashtami, every year, the Brajavasis bring small Brajavasi boys dressed as like Krishna and Balaram from Nandagaon to this place, and they stage a big congregational singing, and it's called Samaja. They had to do that. Once it so happened, that was the first time, I think, first or second time, when we really went to Ter Kadamba, and there, that day was Gopashtami. Then, like actually that Maharaj was telling, "Whoa, what a day, auspicious day, you really showed to Ter Kadamba. This is beautiful." Yes. Now, another important thing about Ter Kadamba is the Bhajan Kutir of Srila Rupa Goswami. Srila Rupa Goswami is our main Acharya. For the Raganuga, he is the Acharya. And he performed bhajana in this forest, remembering Krishna's sweet pastimes. So many years, because this is his main bhajan kutir, what you see here. He composed almost all of the treasured books here only. Ujjvala Nilamani, and also Rasamrita Sindhu, so many, I mean, see, he wrote so much for, under the direction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Whenever they send him, so then what happened when he was writing? He will go through the sentiments of feeling separation from Radhika. And when he really goes through and describing about the separation of Krishna from Radhika, and Radhika is feeling separation of Krishna, because there are one soul, only two instances, but one soul. So because of the pastime, for the Leela, they really behave like this. They are one. So each belongs to each other. Now, so whenever the deep sentiments of separation comes, it becomes vibrational. It gets vibrated in the around. And the leaves and the fruits and everything of the Kadamba trees, they used to all fall down completely. Because of the feeling that the trees used to have. Everything immediately, right? When he is really, just singing that line and then writing down. Yes, Kadamba trees just shed that all the leaves. And then when the meeting of the divine couple Radha and Krishna meeting is coming, now he is really writing about meeting past time. What will happen? When he recited his verses of their meeting, these Kadamba trees will immediately, all of a sudden, immediately sprout with new leaves, and just like that it happens. You may remember some of the things that happened with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu once when he was in Navadvip. The devotees were feeling hungry, and they did not have anything in that area. So what he did was, he actually found a seed of mango, okay, the mango there, it was there. He really took it and then just planted it there, and then right in front of everybody, the thing was sprouting, became a tree in just an hour or something, whatever. Finally, it really was giving fruits, mango fruits, and then everybody ate. See, this is the power of the devotees, because the devotees are very, very, very special. So now look at here how the trees react. We also hear that from Tansen, who was actually a great poet in the court of this that was the king again. So when he was singing, these kind of things also used to happen there. So anyway, so this is a very, very famous place, and my heart is here. This Bhajan Kutir in Ter Kadamba is the most important Bhajan Kutir, as I mentioned. And of all the Bhajan Kutirs of Srila Rupa Goswami, this is the place where treasured books. What you see, here is an original manuscript handwritten by Srila Rupa Goswami that was shown by this the Shyam Sundar Maharaj. What you really see is standing with me at that time. At that time I was just like that, and he really showed to us. So as we are all Rupanuga of Raganuga, so we see Raganuga is a special thing, not the Vaidya, but Raganuga. Of that, Rupa Goswami gave unique thing, so intense in this Raganuga, and that's why we call we are all part of Rupanuga. Rupanuga is a Raganuga, but not all the Raganuga are Rupanuga. No, it's like, every guru, so every acharya is a guru, but not every guru is an acharya. See, acharya is higher. So like that, Rupanuga is a special, very, very special. Okay, that is why. And you may also remember a bhajan. I am not going to really play the whole thing or something. That really really came to me. That cuckoo, 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 daddy. Because this is the place where when Krishna was really coming for cow herding and to really have wonderful pastimes here, and gopis also come here in the night and perform the rasa dance, and this Ter Kadamba is in the mood of separation all the other times, and so here separation is also there, and also when Krishna comes here, then it's a Sambhoga. Okay, so separation and as well as Sambhoga. So this bhajan that I really had that time was this. Chukku that is in Tamil anyway. So I will read the meaning and then proceed. In this Ter Kadamba forest of Vrindavan, cuckoo birds are ecstatically calling, searching and waiting for their dear Lord Krishna. Parrots on the trees are talking with choked voices, and peacocks are dancing with their wide opened wings. All the trees with affection are showering with their flowers and waiting and searching for their Krishna. They are looking here and looking there. Where is Krishna? When is Krishna going to come? Rain clouds are beginning to appear on the sky for giving shade, and the gentle breeze is blowing to welcome their sweet Lord. All the insects and birds and everything is singing to glorify, and the deers are also waiting for their dear Krishna, who loves and embraces every one of them. O Sakhi, all my mind has become fully mad and throbbing to meet him. Me and my mind are desperately looking for that beautiful son of Nanda Maharaj. Okay, in fact, more can be. So much of feeling that I used to have on this about this place. And this is only probably not even a minute. This is from the video that we really made, of course. Srila Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, as I told, both used to visit each other's place. Once, Srila Sanatana Goswami came to Terkadamba from Nandagaon. We saw the Bhajan Kutir to see Rupa Goswami. He is younger brother. Sanatana is elder and Rupa Goswami is younger. And that day, that I am really going to describe today about what happened, they were discussing about the pastimes of Sri Radha Krishna, and they totally forgot to make anything for the deities. Nothing to eat. They were talking and talking. They started yelling in the morning, and now noon came. They were talking, and again evening came. They were talking, and now it is going to be really late. So now, remember I told you, Radharani used to really come personally to God, this Terkadamba, because of Rupa Goswami. So used to be so many robbers. So that day, a young girl, seeing that both of them did not eat anything until late evening, Radharani as a small girl came there with rice and jaggery. You can see that in the picture. She said to them that she brought rice and jaggery and asked them to cook something for the deities and have prasadam. But they were again so absorbed, they did not even even talk to the girl. They just went on. Then again, see, rice is there, jaggery is there, but they forgot to cook. Then the same girl after some time came again, and she said, now these guys are really going crazy. All right, let me cook for them. So she went, so he really went to the side. They are discussing, and he went to the side and really assembled all the bricks and everything, and he made fire out of her own breath actually, and of course the fire everything, and then she really cooked, in the pot she really brought, and a sweet rice, and then took it to Srila Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, saying that, please Baba, you haven't eaten anything, please at least have this one. So saying this one, she just walked away back. Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami then realized, now there's Naivedyam. Okay, let us offer to the deities, and they did all those, and then after that they took the Naivedyam and put on their mouth. They couldn't believe what happened. Then the ecstatic, they could not control their ecstasy. This is not from ordinary. No. Then Sanatana Goswami was, then he was telling, Rupa, we have made a big offense. We are doomed. Look, that girl is none other than Radhika. Instead of we to serve her, she is serving us. This is not good. We are doomed. This is not good. So they both started lamenting, and they felt very sad. And when actually when both really took slept there, in fact, Radharani appeared in both of their dreams and pacified them. Don't worry. This is only I only came. And also, as I mentioned, every night, this Srimati Radharani in disguise come to the forest And where Sanatana Goswami was still with a small candle, she used to keep on writing so many things. They work also. So the Radharani used to come and then for the protection, because there used to be so many robbers. This is how our acharyas have really accomplished so many things. They have come to give us the nectar, but we are not really ready to. We are refusing to really drink this nectar, but instead we are drinking the poisons of the material world, material affairs. This is our problem. So also in between Nandagaon and Ter Kadamba, there is a place, actually it's a pathway called Nandabaga. Gopis used to come through this place carrying the empty pots after washing them in Ter Kadamba pond. I mentioned that. Once knowing this, Krishna was on the path where they used to walk towards Nandagaon. We brought a cow, and right on the path he was milking the cows. That is the path the gopis used to walk. So Radharani was there, Lalita was there, Vishaka was there. In fact, Vishaka Kunda is very nearby. Then immediately Lalita saw that. Oh my God, this guy is here coming and then he's actually a troublemaker. Okay, so let us avoid him. Okay, so the troublemaker is there. We should avoid taking that path. Okay, we'll take another path. So they were about to go. Then Radharani said, No. Why should we be afraid of him? He can't do anything to me. He can't. No. So saying this one. Okay, Radharani was going in the front with then all the gopis were all actually following. And when Radharani came somewhat closer to Krishna was, when she was really milking the cow, she really squeezed hold on one udder and put an angle towards Radharani's face, and he squeezed it so hard, so the milk really came out and came out as a jet and completely splashed on the face of Radharani. She was wet, completely wet, and she couldn't see. And in fact, there was one necklace also, pearl necklace also fell down there. And everyone, all the gopis, they all started laughing. So Radharani was so embarrassed. Well, all the Sakhis laughed. This place is called Nandabaga. Then also near to this place is very near to this Bhajan Kutir is also a temple of Sadashiva. So as I told you in the last class, Sadashiva is closely related to so many pastimes of Krishna. As we also see the stories, Lord Shiva is the only one who can even fight with Krishna. Remember, Lord Shiva is actually all the demons will worship only Lord Shiva, because if you see that even in the heaven, demons worship Lord Shiva because he really gives the protection, and all the devas worship Vishnu. This is why in the heaven there are always fighting going on. Fighting going on is because of that. But Lord Shiva is another form of Krishna only. So he is actually Amsa of Krishna. Anyway, so because to really bring the demons from the bottom to the sattvic level, Lord Shiva is the one who is playing the tamasic role to really bring them up. So they are not different. So he was the one who really also used to fight with Krishna. Of course, he was the one who always gets defeated anyway. But that is their pastime. So when Parjanya Gopi wanted to get children, remember that I was telling that he was really worshipping Lord Shiva and also Narayana. That Lord Shiva, that is the deity that he worshipped is this deity, which you really see on the right side. When you go to Ter Kadamba, you can see that very nearby. Okay, so now the last one, this is the last stone that I really want to mention, is Uddhava Kyari. So Uddhava Kyari is a very Rasik holy place. It is known only to Rasika Bhaktas. Not everybody will go there. There is also a Kunda nearby called Vishaka Kunda. Okay, that you see on the top left. I really mentioned that. There was also a Kunda called Vishaka, a Kunja called Vishaka Kunja also used to be here anyway. So even Rasa dance used to really happen at this place also, where you really see there's a Uddhava Kyari. Okay, now when Akrura took Krishna and Balaram on his chariot, the gopis first blocked, putting themselves in front of the chariot. They just straight away, in front of the chariot. Only when Krishna promised to them that he would definitely return, then they were pacified, but they were following the chariot afterwards. See, look at this picture, what you see is, they were following the chariot. Okay, when they were following the chariot, they, of course, started from Nandagaon, and the Ther Kadamba is in between. Next to the Ther Kadamba is Uddhava Kyari. Okay, so that is the pathway they are coming, and when they were up to that, they could follow because the chariot was really just slowly galloping and then slowly coming up. Then it really took off the speed. They could not follow it up. They all fell down unconscious, fainted. That place where they fainted is Uddhava Kyari. Okay, very important. And also gopis then never returned to their homes. Very important to understand. So after when Krishna left, and they gopis blocked, but again, because Krishna promised, they did not want to kill themselves, so they wanted to survive, but they were all following, running, as you see is in the picture. But then when they came to this Uddhava Kyari, they could not follow because they were pain, because Krishna is going. They fell down unconscious. And gopis never returned to their homes. They gave up their homes. Their husbands, their children, their relatives, everything they gave up. They were living in this area, this Uddhava Kyari, for how long? Nearly 100 years. Because Krishna did not return for 100 years. But every day they expected. Krishna promised, he will come today. Yes, we will wait for him. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Krishna never returned. Later, he sent his Prime Minister Uddhava. What was Krishna doing there? Every day? Because Krishna, when he went, he really carried a small chimli. What do they call it? There's a small pot, okay, that's made of gold. And every day he really used to take it. So it's all, what is that? That was a food dust of gopis, from the gopis. He took that to Dwaraka, and he used to take one dust, put it on his head. Then he remembered the glory of these gopis, how much love they really have on him. And Uddhava came here thinking that he could easily pacify the gopis and all the Brajavasis. But he failed miserably. He found out that his devotion to Krishna in Dwaraka cannot compare even to the food dust of, yes, gopi. So he went back to Madura, of course, with the shame. He declared that he would become a blade of grass there here in Vrindavan, hoping to get a food dust on his head. Ashamaho charanarenu jusham aham shyam Vrindavane kimapi gulmalato shadinam yadusyajam swajanam aryapatam chahitva Behejur Mukunda Padavim Suruti Bir Vimirgyam. The gopis of Vrindavana have given up the association of their husbands, sons, and other family members who are very difficult to give up. And they have forsaken the path of chastity to take shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda Krishna. That's why our husband, wife, they are nonsense. They are not relatives to us. They are not permanently related. They are spiritual, they have no relation to us. That is what you have. This pastime, you have to understand that we have to give up all these things. That is why they came here and enacted the pastime to mean, you look at it, even if you are married, even if you have children, even if you have this thing, you do not belong to them. You belong only to Krishna. Come out of that big barrier. That is what gopis could do it. We could not do it. So, which one should search for? Even, let me be fortunate enough to be one of the bushes, creepers or herbs in Vrindavana. Because the gopis trample them and bless them with the dust of their lotus feet. So, Uddhava is now residing as a blade of grass in the Uddhava Kunda that we covered when we really covered Radha Kunda. And we can see this Kunda on the way to Radha Kunda. You see on the left side. So, he is still residing as a blade of grass. But has he really probably got the food dust on his head? Maybe not. We don't know. If we read Srimad Bhagavatam, this is the last slide. If you read Srimad Bhagavatam, we may understand how high the prema of gopis for Krishna. Krishna said, I can never be able to repay for you your unconditional love, because you have gave up everything and you don't ask for anything from me. Nothing. That is unconditional love. That is prema bhakti. So even I cannot give up my relation to my father. I am not able to. So I am inferior to you. I cannot give up my father. I cannot give up my mother, relatives, homes. But you gave up everything for my sake. I can never repay for you your love. Even millions of Brahma's lifetimes I cannot. So basically Krishna said, declared, I am broke. I have no way of repaying. So when Krishna went to Aparaka, that's what I was telling. He took a just a small part of the food dust of gopis, and that's what he used to do every day there. Also, gopis are the highest of all the devotees of Lord Krishna. That was why Lord Shiva also wanted to become a gopi. He tried as Gopishwara. Right? He's called Gopishwara Mahadeva. Actually, he really wanted to become a gopi. So he really prayed Yogamaya. And Yogamaya came and then dipped him in one of the Sarovara, and he became a what? Gopishwara. Gopishwara. Okay, so that's why you really calling him. He became a gopi, but he was trying to enter into the rasa dance to see. He was blocked. Immediately all the rasa dance stopped because the mood is different. Because Lord Shiva thinks that he is a male. A male cannot really enter there. And now, so all the gopis came, they were beating this little girl, who is actually none other than Sadashiva. They were beating me. Who are you? Who are you? Why did you come here? And they really throw away. Then Krishna came. Oh, this is Sadash. Oh, what can I do you? What can I do for you? Then he finally gave the position of the guardian of Goloka Vrindavan. That is why this Sadashiva is actually a guardian of, that's why he related in his all the ways with Krishna. Okay? So this is why Lord Shiva is in all the direction of Vrindavan as the great protector of the holy dhams and Vaishnavas. Okay, Hare Krishna, Vanja Kalpa Sarvchecha, Kripa Sindhu Pyevacha, Paditanam Pavanepyo, Vaishnavepyo, Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna.